Interested in working with youth? There are positions available in Dublin. Email your resume to rddeal1@gmail.com or call 478-279-3174. Interested in working with youth? There are positions available in Dublin.
From humble beginnings with a desire to serve the Dudley community, Bank of Dudley has grown to 5 locations, serving Lawrence, Twiggs, and surrounding counties. Serving our community since 1905, the Bank of Dudley is looking forward to its second century of community banking. Drop in today to any of our 5 locations: Jeffersonville, Dudley, East Dublin, Veterans Boulevard, and downtown Dublin. Bank of Dudley, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender. Welcome everybody. I'm so glad. I always love coming in the church here, Brad. I'm with Brad Poucher at First Church of Nazarene. Last time I was in here was during COVID. Don and I were in here and we had to social distance. And I got him to play the piano. So are you going to play the piano for me today?
That's his talent, and I'm going to let him have that talent.
I don't blame you there, because I know I would be a disaster, but he played some of the most beautiful music. It was a time in our country that the unknown was out there, and he brought a good word and some good music and singing, and I sure enjoyed it sitting out here in the pews like I do most Sundays. So, but anyway, we're here, like I said, at Church of Nazarene here on Telfair, and we want to talk about something today called GriefShare. And this is something y'all been involved for some time. Share with our viewers exactly what GriefShare is.
So it's GriefShare, and GriefShare is a program that's designed to help those who have lost loved ones who are going through the process of grief, whether it be a husband, a wife, a child they've lost, grandparent, a friend, a brother, a sister. It doesn't matter. It's the grief that they're dealing with. And so the program was started, this is our 14th session in doing it, to reach out to those in need that are going through the grief and trying to figure out, what do I do now? How do I deal with this grief? How do I get through after all these years of being around this person or having this person? How do I cope? What does the Bible say about it? And it brings that Christian perspective, and it's a three-pronged program. There's the peer group, there's a workbook that they do, and then there's a video series that we watch. And through all that and put that together, that helps them work through the grief and come to a point where they can start to heal from it.
What got you involved in this?
My involvement came as I'm on staff here with Pastor Don, and my title is the Compassionate Ministries pastor. I do that on a part-time, I say part-time basis, but really ministry's never part-time. I'm a full-time paramedic with Lawrence County, and I've been involved with that for many, many years. I've had almost 20 plus years now in working as that. And so through that, and then growing up as a pastor's kid, when my parents were pastors with the Salvation Army, being out to disaster reliefs and stuff, all that kind of played a part into bringing me where I am now. And God's hand, I could definitely look back and seeing how God's hand has molded me and made me who I need to be to have that compassionate heart and to be able to be there for those people, to help them through those times. So that's kind of how I came to play.
Yeah, it was kind of a loaded question, because knowing you are an EMT, and it just seemed like, as we said in Don's office earlier, we were all visiting, and before you got here, we were talking about what you do and what a calling that is, to be able to go out and not just pick up people in car wreck victims or heart attacks or whatever, but it is a ministry in itself, isn't it?
It is. Definitely a calling. It's something that you've got to have that calling to do. You know, we talked a bit before how being a teacher. That's a calling too.
Amen.
That's not my calling.
Yeah.
I'm married to a teacher, and she's got a calling.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
You know, that's not me. That's not who God designed me to be. I couldn't be in there to do that. Now, some people might say, well, you're a teacher as a pastor. Yes, that's true, but it's in a different setting.
Yeah.
And so we all have that calling, and it definitely is a ministry. You know, I can think of when I first started off, was working out of an ER before I began working in the field as a paramedic. And we had a lady come in, and we were working on getting an IV, and had her on the bed. And as we were looking, it was kind of hard, so I was going to let gravity do its thing and put her arm down beside the bed as I was looking for an IV. And when we did that, the best position for me was to kneel down to start that IV. And she says, well, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm just starting your IV, ma'am. She said, well, I thought you were going to pray for me. And
Wow. And you did pray for her.
I did.
I know.
Did. You know, and people ask me, well, how do you tie your Christianity into that? And I said, I don't have to.
Yeah.
God opens up those doors, just in that as that example right there, where God opened that door for me to reach out and to share the love of Christ with her, and to be able to pray for her in her time of need. And I've had circumstances, many, many more past that time, where God has just opened the door. I don't have to come and say, hey, I'm also a pastor. You know, as I take care of them and as they're going through that time, God opens that door and allows me to step in through that, to minister to them, not only in that physical need, but also in that spiritual need.
Yeah, and they feel the love of Christ. It's and you know this. It's you and I have that discernment about us, but like you said, God does open those doors, and I see it in our homeless ministry so much. And you know what? No, and I ask people all the time, can I pray for them? But nobody's ever told me no. You know, and that's amazing in itself, because you would think somewhere along, and now that I probably said this, somebody tell me no today. But you know, it don't matter who you are, what situation, lost, or whatever, people want prayer. People want prayer. And I'm telling you, these situations you're in, I was in the ER at Memorial down in Savannah. I have never seen an emergency room like down at Memorial with I'm watching gunshot victim. There's a trauma unit, level 1 or whatever. I don't know how they rate them, but it's top level trauma unit. Their ER is bigger than our hospital, I think. You know, had more rooms in it than our hospital, but it's amazing what you can do in a time of need, and people are at their worst when you pick them up. No matter what, you don't just call an ambulance. You know, you see people at their worst. At what point, you said you was in the ER, at what point did you cross over to EMT?
Well, as I started working, I was actually going to Bible college and had my EMT already. And when I went, found a job opportunity in the ER to work as a paramedic, or as an EMT at that point in time, to have a little bit extra income trying to pay for college and, you know, make ends meet. And so I took that opportunity, and while I was there, they kind of showed me the opportunities that I had, and they had a program where if you wanted to continue your education, they would do a match type program. You'd pay so much, they'd pay so much, and you would just agree to work so many hours afterwards. And I thought about it, and I was really enjoying my EMT, and I'm like, you know, this would be a good opportunity. So I took that opportunity to do my EMTI and my paramedic through them by working with them and agreeing. And after I got my paramedic, then the doors opened up to be on the ambulance, and started working from there, and the ministry just grew from there.
Yep. Okay. We need to take a break. We'll come back right after this.
My name is Jeremy Blackstock. I'm the head of school at Trinity Christian School. For over 50 years, our school has faithfully served the Dublin and Lawrence County community. If you are interested in learning more about Trinity Christian, visit our website or also stop by campus. We'd love to show you around. We'd love for your family to be a part of what we're doing here at Trinity Christian School as we endeavor to teach the truth every day. The Lord has blessed us, and we have experienced growth this year in our enrollment, but there are still plenty of spots available in K through 12th grade. So if you're interested in touring the school or interested in learning more about our application process, visit our website, tcsweb.org, or call us here at the school and speak with Dawn Lane, our admissions director.
All right, boys, if you want to go to college, you have to clear out another one of these.
What if we told you there was a better way to save for your kids' college than pickle jars? Morris Bank's Savings Builder account and Moolah makes saving for your kids' college easier than ever. All you have to do is connect the account to your debit card, where it automatically rounds up your purchases to the nearest dollar, depositing that spare change into a Moolah account where it will grow into a nice little nest egg for whatever your kids have their sights set on.
Welcome back, everybody. Continuing my conversation, we're here at the First Church of Nazarene. Let's see if I can get it right this time. I said GriefShare a while ago, didn't I?
Right.
And it's GriefShare.
It is GriefShare.
Okay. I need all the help I can get. Those of you that watch me know, I usually edit those things out, but I just want to show you that we all make mistakes. So I said, I'm going to leave that in. I don't want our editors to edit that out, because the only reason I got it right that time, I kind of cheated and looked down at the book here. But let me ask you something. Somebody watching us at home right now, and they say, you know, it sounds like a pretty good idea, but I just don't think I'm at that point where I could sit down and share with others, or because after the death of a loved one, you know, I have a friend recently lost their spouse of 68 years. That's all you ever known, really.
Yeah.
What do you say to that person watching right now that don't know if they're ready to seek out for a help or fellowship like this?
You know, that's the best part about this program. You don't have to come and share. You can just come and listen. And the program's designed in three areas. One is that it's a peer support group. So it introduces you to others who are going through grief, and that's the reason of calling it GriefShare. People coming together and sharing their grief with each other and helping each other out, as Christ has called us to do. So they've got that peer support. We start off with a light meal, have that time of fellowship, getting to know each other, and then we move into talking about the work that they did in the book and the exercises that are there, and then going into a video, which is the second part. In that video then presents things and different topics like, what is grief, and is this normal, and what about my relationships now, and the question why did my loved one have to die? All those are covered in the series, and the video series has professionals that go over things, professional counselors, professional authors, pastors who deal with this all the time, and so it's doing the teaching. We as the facilitator are here just to kind of help guide them along and let them do the talking and guide them through the things. So it has the video, it has the peer support, and it's got the workbook, and those are the three areas that come together and work in providing healing and help through dealing with grief.
Okay, so let's say the first session. How long will they be here? What time does it start? And how much of their time each? Is it weekly, or go through some of that?
Sure. We are a weekly program. It's a 13-week program. We are in, I believe, session 7 right now for this Thursday. And we will come and meet at 6 o'clock. We will have a brief time of fellowship with a light meal. After that, we will go through and talk about what they worked through in the workbook for this past week, watch a video, and then talk about questions of that video, and then at the end, share what to look forward to with the next week and what to cover in the book. And it's about 2 hours, so we finish up about 8 o'clock. If we're running over, we let the conversations continue on, but for the most part, we've stuck to that 6 to 8 and had people out from there. So we're here at this church every Thursday. We're meeting again this Thursday here at 6 o'clock. We would love to have people come if you feel the need.
Yeah.
And ask somebody to come with you if you don't want to come alone. That's perfectly fine too. We've had some people who are part of our ministry team now that have been through this program 3 times, and now they're saying, you know what, I feel God's leading me to be a part of the leadership of this. And so now they're with me, working with me, and being there to support each other, help be the co-facilitators or prepare the food. We've got a gentleman that comes out and does our parking lot greeting for us, and security, if you'll say, so that they feel comfortable and safe when they leave to go back to their cars. We've got a great group of people that are just opening up their hearts to this ministry to reach out to those who are going through difficult times.
And I could see, listening to you, maybe you're watching now and you just don't feel comfortable doing it or being around a group of people. I can see you coming to this support group and finding a new friend. You probably see it some where they find a new friend that they can maybe have coffee with every week. They may kind of branch off into a situation like that, but I can see so many opportunities that come out of this that just to let God move through it. And I think you would be surprised if you just come, like Brad said a minute ago, just come and listen.
And I agree 100% with what you said there, and 2 things I want to kind of address with that there. First is that if you don't feel like you can come to this group right now, December 8th, we're having a 1-day seminar. It'll be a 2-hour program, and it's called Surviving the Holidays. So it'll give you things to kind of to help you as you're dealing through the holidays coming up and stuff, and what to do and how to go through that. And so that's an opportunity for you to just meet us, meet some other people, see a little bit about what GriefShare is about, and then give them some help through surviving those holidays. So that's a perfect opportunity to do through that. And again, that'll be December 8th, and you can call the church here and go through and sign up, or you can go to GriefShare.com and under the tab of look through a group, and that'll give you our time and stuff, and you can register from there and sign up for it as well.
Holidays are very difficult.
They are.
Especially those first, I think are a little more difficult, but still, we're all about family, all these years, just so many emotions and those memories pop up, and I just had a friend lose her husband last week, and Don and I were talking in the office before you got here. Life is so precious, and I know you see it in your line of work. I was telling Don in my phone, I have all these things to do today, which you was on there at 10, but I don't have in there 3 o'clock this afternoon have a heart attack and die. Those are not things we can plan for.
Right.
But programs like this, and to be able to have it in Dublin, and to come and at a church like, you see this beautiful church we're sitting in now, that people to love you and truly care about you, regardless of where you go to church or don't go to church. You have the liberty to do either one. If you love going to church, if you don't even want to go to church. But this is more than going to church. This is about a group to support you and to help you talk through things. And I would probably be that one if I was going through it. I can't imagine what I'd do if I lost my wife, I can tell you. But I'd probably be the one sitting back there and listening to what's going on and trying to gain that. If you only grab one little nugget that helps you through the holidays or helps you through whatever it is, I think it'd be worthwhile, wouldn't it?
It would be, and there's a lot of little nuggets in here, and one of them that just comes to mind as they go through, and is this normal? And one of the things it talks about is just do the next thing. And a lot of times they find themselves stuck not being able to move on to the next thing. And if you just do the next thing, even if the next thing's getting up and brushing your teeth, then do the next thing. And just little baby steps. And that's some of the guidance that the program gives. So, there's a lot of opportunities there. There's a lot of things in here that can reach out to help them. Us as the church, we want to love on them.
Amen.
We realize that they're hurting. We realize that they're going through a difficult time. And the people that are on our ministry team with this program just want to reach out to them and say, you know what? We know you're hurting. We know you're going through a difficult time. We've been there. We've dealt with grief ourselves. Mm-hmm. We want to help you through it. And we want God to use us to be his arms and hands and feet to these people, to show them his love and compassion, and to help them through that journey. One of the things you said a little earlier was come and just, maybe you'll find a friend. We have a lady, her name's Sue, who is now a co-facilitator with me. She's been through it about 3 times now, I believe. She lost her adult son in a car accident. The first time she came to GriefShare, there was 2 other ladies that had lost adult children. They have created a bond, and they still are connected till this day, where they reach out and help each other and talk to each other and support each other. And there's been a beautiful friendship that's developed through that. So all out of this program, she's met new people. She's met people that have helped her. She's been able to help them, and it's been a tremendous thing. And now she's part of the ministry team.
Yeah, helping others.
Yep.
Yeah, and I can imagine these 3 not knowing them. No matter where they go, maybe a restaurant, eating lunch, whatever they do, I'm sure when those opportunities arise, the 3 of them can, I'll call them the 3 amigos, but to be able to help other people.
Yes.
And I think that's, as Christians, we're called to serve. We're called to serve. And if you read his word, God teaches us to serve. When Jesus walked on earth, he taught the disciples to serve, and if we read his word, we know what he tells us. We're out to be serving other people. So I think it's a great program. We're going to take another break and come back and wrap things up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dustin Gay. I'm a local orthopedic surgeon with Houston Clinic Orthopedics, and we'd really like to invite everybody to come out to our new office facility to take a look at it. It's a larger space with physical therapy, and we're just excited to have it, and we'd love for people to come out and visit us.
Come by and see us today at our brand new location, the Houston Clinic, Medical Drive in Dublin.
Here's a big announcement from Central Georgia Primary Care. We're proud to announce the opening of our 2nd location right here on Central Drive in East Dublin. No matter where you are, north, south, east, or west, Central Georgia Primary Care has a health professional waiting to serve you. Central Georgia Primary Care, next to Paul's Tire on Industrial Boulevard in Dublin, and now at our brand new location on Central Drive in East Dublin, right next to Thomas Auto Supply. Need an appointment? Call us at 478-202-9440. Central Georgia Primary Care, waiting to serve you at both locations, Industrial Boulevard in Dublin, and now on Central Drive in East Dublin.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to wrap things up here, and if you're wondering, you just join us and you say, where are they at? Where's James at today in that beautiful church? We're at the First Church of Nazarene on Telfair. If you are just joining us, we'll air this again, or you can go to our YouTube channel at TV35 WDIG, and a lot of you do that. We appreciate it. I've mentioned this on there a few times. I was looking last week or week before. Just in the last 90 days, we've had over 1 million people have looked at some of our programs or some part of our programs. We thank you for that. And if you're watching us in other countries, you could take some of the little nuggets we talked about and help wherever you are. It's amazing when I look, people in Japan, United Kingdom, and Australia, and people all over the world watch us. And they're probably from here, keeping up with the news or what's going on in Dublin. And if you're one of those people now, thank you. If you're in the service, thank you for your service, and we appreciate you joining us today. But we're going to kind of wrap things up now. You're in the middle of the session now. You said you have a one day in December. What was that date again?
December the 8th, and that'll be Surviving the Holidays. It's a one-day seminar, 2-hour program, and it'll be run around the same principles as the GriefShare program, but it's just one day to kind of help give them some things to do to help them through the holidays.
Okay, and we're in the middle of a series now, but it's not the kind of thing where you got to wait till the next one starts. You can, even though you're in the middle of this one, people can come, and it's not like you're going to get a failing grade or whatever. If you come and I just think you might be surprised at what you was talking about the three ladies a little while ago. I just think that's a wonderful story. And your name could be in with people like this, and people, now here they are helping.
Yep, absolutely.
See, there's so many things coming out of this. And see, those are the kind of things God's doing. He's directing all this. He's orchestrating all this. Y'all, like you said a few times, y'all are just the facilitator.
Yep. We want to be the hands and feet of God, and this is His program. It's not ours. GriefShare is a national program. We're using it to reach out in the love of Christ, to touch other people's lives and show His love and compassion to them. So, one thing you said was they didn't have to start at the beginning, and that's true. Right now we've got two ladies that came in mid-program in another session, and now they're coming back to finish up with what they didn't get before. Mm-hmm. So, anytime you want to come in through GriefShare, you don't have to start at the beginning. You can come now, you can come toward the end, and we're going to have more. We're going to do 2 a year. We don't have the dates quite set up yet, but we're going to be looking around January, February-ish, somewhere around in there, that we'll be starting another session. And once we get those dates planned, again, you can go to griefshare.com and find a group, and those will be listed on there, so you'll know when we're having the next one.
Yeah, or either call the church office here. They'll be glad to direct it. And like Brad said, we're in the middle now. You don't have to wait on another one to start. If you want to come in and you come 1 or 2 weeks, that's okay too. Just come and we want you to be comfortable. We want you to feel good about it. It's to help you work through these things. I think it's a wonderful program. I think it's incredible, first of all. We all know someone, and I know a lot of you are sitting there now and saying, man, I need to get Aunt Becky in this, or I need to get Uncle Joe in this, or whatever. Talk to those. Bring them. You mentioned it a while ago where some have brought people.
Yes.
I had a friend of mine at a First Friday event at the Chamber here last few months. She works at a bank, and one of her neighbors had lost someone and didn't want to go to grief counseling. I don't know where it was. Could be here. I don't know where it is. But she said, well, I'm scared to go. And this friend of mine said, well, if you go, I'll go with you. I'll go and sit with you. And she said, well, I'll do that. I'll feel more comfortable. So if you're that person, get Uncle Joe or whoever, Aunt Susie, and bring them. It will bless your heart as much as helping their heart to heal. So we can all be involved in this. I mean, we've all lost loved ones. We know how difficult it is, and it is a difficult time for all of us, because losing a loved one, family member, friend, or whatever, it's just a difficult time, isn't it, Brad?
It is, and it affects all of us. It's not just adults, it's kids as well, which brings us to another point. For that one-day seminar, when we are having our meeting with adults, our youth pastor and our families pastor has come on board with us, and they're going to have a separate meeting for surviving the holidays with the kids, to be able to help those kids through dealing through that loss of a loved one, of grandparent or a parent or brother, sister, cousin, whatever it may be. So we're going to have our time over here with adults, and when that's going on, if they have children that have gone through it, we're going to have that program for the kids as well, to be able to reach out and love on them and help them through surviving the holidays as well.
Y'all just thought of everything.
We try. We want to reach out. We've got a lot of things going on here at the church. If you don't have a church that you attend regularly, we'd love to have you. We have our Sunday services. We have Sunday school that starts at 9:45. Our church services start at 10:45. We've got midweek services where we've got small groups with different topics that change all the time. You come find a place to plug in. We've got a wonderful children's program over there with great pastors that love on the kids and help them through. We've got a great teen program. We've got a young adult ministry program. We've got things going on for anybody and everybody. So we'd love to have you. We do Upward Sports. We've got Upward Volleyball, where we just started this year to give it a shot to see how it goes. Generally, we've done the basketball. We decided to add in volleyball. So we're going to do, right now, just started this week, Upward Volleyball. that program's going on and have a ministry there, and then after that's done, we're back into our basketball. So registration's open for that right now as well. So get online, sign up.
It's a great
Come
program.
play some basketball.
Yeah.
Kids get to hear about Jesus, they get to have fun, and we get to watch our kids play.
Yeah, it's a great program. The basketball, the volleyball will be just as big a success. We just had the volleyball coach at West Lawrence on about high school volleyball, but it's a big sport. You know, I love playing volleyball, and I'm sure a lot of you do, or your children. So sign up for that. The basketball has been, for a number of years, just been a unbelievable hit. So. And like Brad said, if you don't have a church, couldn't find a finer group of people. You know, I know a lot of people think of the church as that building down there on Telfair. You know, Brad and Darren and Marcus and a lot of these people that come to church here, they are the church. If a tornado wiped this building out next week, this church is going to continue on.
That's
it
right.
could be under
That's
a tree
right.
or under a tent or.
This is just the building where
it
we
is.
meet. But
And-
we are the church,
Amen.
and we are here to finish what God's called us to do, which is take the word out to those that haven't heard and share His love and compassion.
Well, if we don't cut it off now, me or Brad one's going to start preaching probably.
Amen.
So don't take much to prod us on that, does it? But, well, I appreciate, I know you're busy. I know you worked last night. You have a lot going on, but I really appreciate you taking the time to sit down and talk with me and explain this, not only to our viewers, but to me too. And I may have the name of it right by the end of the show, because I've been really listening to what Brad's saying here. But any final thoughts before we go?
Just if you feel like come. You don't have to complete the whole thing. If you find it's not for you, that's okay. 1 or 2 sessions, we suggest that you go through at least 3 sessions to see if it is or not for you. It may not be time for you yet. That's okay. When you do decide, if you do, we're here. We would love to love on you. We want to help you through that. We want to partner with you as you walk through that grief process.
Absolutely.
And sharing the love of God with you as we do it.
Don't try to do it yourself. You know, GriefShare, wonderful program here at the church. The number's right there on the screen. If you want to call, they'll be glad to direct you in any way. But don't try to do it alone. The enemy tries to isolate you. And that's where those bad things, those bad thoughts, that loneliness, all those things kick in. And just so you know, you didn't invent it. If you're watching now and you've lost a loved one, we all struggle with the same thing you're going through. So you're not by yourself. Just know that today, that you're not by yourself. But we've got a group here, GriefShare. I actually got it right in 30 minutes. How about that? I'm usually not that smart, but Brad, thank you, my friend.
Thank you, James. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us today, right here on TV 35.
I'm John Coursey. I met Dr. K in September of last year. First appointment, he went whole body. Instead of trying to do just one section, he looked at the whole body and discovered that I had 35% heart function in my heart and 90% blockages in my left leg and about 60% blockage in my right leg. I felt like he was looking out for me, not for himself. He actually drew my problem out on a whiteboard so that I could understand what was going on. Over the course of 6 months, he put 2 stents in my heart, 5 stents in my left leg, 1 stent in my right leg, and I've gone from being able to walk maybe 50 feet to as far as I feel like I want to go. He has changed my quality of life for the better, and I think he is the best doctor I have ever been to. And I recommend anybody, and have recommended to several people, to come see Dr. K so that he can fix their problems as well. The staff, City of Hope is a great place to go. They are so friendly. They call me by name when I go in and sit down. I don't even have to sign in anymore. They call me by name after the first visit. Thank you. You've changed my life, made it 10 times better than it was 6 months ago. When I went to Dr. K, I felt like I was on the way out of this world. Couldn't walk, couldn't do what I wanted to do. My quality of life was low. Today it's high. I believe he saved my life. What can you say to somebody to save your life? Thank you.
I'm Darren Keene, Clements & Keene Insurance, and we just wanted to bring everybody into our office today to let you know what we do and let you meet our friendly staff. At Clements & Keene Insurance, customer service is very important to us. We believe that you deserve the best. The products that we market is probably going to take longer than a 5-minute phone call with a stranger on the telephone. When you call our office, you're going to get a friendly smile and a warm voice from a live person. You're not going to get automatically routed to a voicemail so that you have to leave a message and not know when you're going to get a call back. If you have to leave a message with us, we're going to return your call before we leave the office that day. If you visit our office, when you come in the front door, we plan to greet you with a smile before the door closes behind you. We're going to wear our mask during the pandemic as a personal, unselfish gesture to protect you and your loved ones. We've also installed plexiglass face shields for your protection. If you need to come visit our office, we'd love to schedule an appointment. If you'd like to do the appointment over the phone, we've converted all of our files to digital. We can send everything to you for an e-signature, and you do not have to come in the office. We want to do what's best for you. Our business is based on relationships. All your information is confidential, and we wouldn't dare share it with anybody. When you're talking with us, you're talking to somebody who's down the street and a member of your community. We would like for you to know who our staff is. When you walk in, you'll be greeted by Miss Carla Poole. She's the best there is at customer service. She'll always be smiling at you, and she's going to help you with your individual and family insurance needs. Miss Becky Wheeler, she takes care of our group business. If you're a group client, small business, medium to large business, she's the person that's taking care of all your needs. And then my partner, Marcus Clements, he's here to take care of all your Medicare needs. Whether it's Medicare Supplement, Part D drug plan, or Medicare Advantage, he can take care of everything you need. Once again, if you want to schedule an appointment, he'll be glad to see you face to face, or it can be done over the phone. As far as our support staff, we have my wife, Marla Keene. She's certainly in charge of everything, but she takes care of all the financial and the bookkeeping duties, and she also takes care of all our marketing activities. Mary Caitlin Wheeler is a new addition to our staff, and she's here to take care of our backroom support, and she takes care of all our application needs, our keying and filing. So as you can see, we've put together a team of highly trained professionals. But what we want you to know is that health insurance may be costly, but customer service won't cost you anything. It's our honor to serve you and give you the best service that you deserve here at Clements & Keene Insurance.